Thank you. Thank you very much. I had the immense pleasure of walking up on stage with the fantastic work of all of our customers worldwide as my backdrop. This is what makes every Autodesk employee super proud, super excited, and this is what brings us to work every day. So before anything else, as our valued customers, please give yourselves a thunderous round of applause for all the great work that each one of you is doing. Thank you. Every day, our media and entertainment customers, each one of you push the boundaries of technology to achieve the best. And just like it is for us, for each one of you as well, it starts with your customers. And all of us really as individual consumers. Consumer behavior is changing in very, very fundamental ways. Take the example of music. Today, more people stream music than download it. My daughters, who are just 14 and 10, they've got me hooked on to Spotify. And it's cloud services like that, like Apple Music and Spotify and Pandora, that with those music has become readily accessible at any time. And this is really just an example of a shift in the way we look at digital media, seeing it more as a resource to be consumed than an asset we need to own. This changing relationship with media is also the reason behind the huge growth of streaming services such as Netflix. Now, all of us want more personalized experiences. We want our entertainment to be served when, where, and how we want it, whether it's at home, whether it's when we are on holiday, or whether we're even when we are commuting to work in our bus or taxi. Companies like Netflix are spending billions of dollars in creating original, personalized, and even country-specific content. They're pushing the boundaries of entertainment further, breaking old models in terms of both content as well as production values. This means that Indian content, like Sacred Games, which has become incredibly popular, can have the same kind of production values like the House of Cards or the Game of Thrones. It enables local content to compete internationally at the same level. Now, this trend is creating a big boom in global content creation, enabling much greater variety, greater creativity, and an incredible amount of freedom, which is exactly what our consumers want. Now, here's another great example of how this boom in content creation is creating new opportunities right here in India. Take a look at some of the work that Green Gold Animation in Hyderabad is doing. Have a look at this video. What a great piece of work coming right from India. So Rajiv Chilaka is behind Chhota Bheem. He's been the creator of Chhota Bheem. And he's always felt strongly that India should have its own animation industry and not just be an outsourced destination. And he's now taking it up a notch further. He's working on a 3D animated feature films like Hanuman versus Mahiravana and Chhota Bheem Kung Fu Dhamaka, which you've seen a glimpse of. Now, these have been significant milestones in Indian animation, with content that's designed not just for the domestic audience, but really also for global audiences. And it's content that's on par with the best that's being done anywhere else in the world. Another trend that is significantly reshaping the media and entertainment industry is the rapidly broadening demographics of consumer audiences. Now, many people today have access to smartphones, and that allows us to add millions and millions of new entertainment consumers as there's more internet available through these smartphones in the remotest locations of the world. These new demographics are also dramatically changing the nature of the gaming industry. Gaming used to be about gamers, but today, millions of people prefer to watch games as well. The whole phenomenon esports is massively growing, and in the United States today, more people actually watch esports than in ice hockey. Imagine if that happened to cricket in Delhi or India. Now, this means gaming companies need to build infrastructure for online communities, for streaming, and even competitive gameplays, and that's not something they had to think about in the past. So this is changing the way they think about their business and the subscription models that come with gaming. Add to this mobile gaming. Anyone with a smartphone can play. Mobile games are sold at much lower cost than PC or console games, and they're typically much easier to develop, leading to a massive selection of titles. This combination of low cost and massive selection means that there's something for everyone. And that's mass personalization, something very special for every individual. And that, again, is reshaping the entire media and entertainment industry. But there's one problem, though. Consumer appetite for choice is infinite. The need for more content is inevitable, which is why companies like Netflix need to figure out how they're going to produce 700 more shows just this year. But it's not just Netflix. Movie producers have to figure out how to build bigger and better blockbusters, bigger, more elaborate universes to keep audiences coming back for huge cinematic experiences. And gaming companies have to figure out how to keep their games fresh and relevant. The challenge is, while more is inevitable, the amount of resources is finite. The great news is overall budgets may be growing, there's a lot of studios that are hiring, but the amount of content that needs to be produced is far outpacing the growth in those budgets or hiring. The fact is, less is a reality, and you'll hear that as a constant theme through our keynote presentations today. And that is why, in the area of media and entertainment, companies are exploring new options like machine learning, new technologies, either to gather better insight into what their customers want, or to automate production processes and become far more efficient than they are today. Take an example of how machine learning is driving Netflix's recommendation system, and games companies are also leveraging machine learning to help them increase customer retention. Many of our customers are also looking at machine learning to automate processes and become more effective and more efficient. One of our customers, Ubisoft, are automating the detection of software bugs in their code. Disney and Digital Domain collaborate to use machine learning techniques to help automate facial animation, like the ones that you saw with Thanos with the recent Avengers Infinity War. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are powerful tools to help us do more with less. But another way to increase productivity for the industry is to work on standards. Moving data from one stage of the production pipeline to the next can be hugely inefficient. So we've spent the last 5 years working very closely with the industry to find better ways of standardizing key technologies, to create more standardized production pipelines. We've supported open source projects like OpenEXR, MaterialX, USD, and OCIO. We also helped set up the Academy Software Foundation that was announced at SIGGRAPH this year. At Autodesk, we strongly believe in the mission of this foundation. It'll provide a neutral forum for open source software developers, especially in the motion picture and broader media industries, so that they can share resources and collaborate on technologies to help them create better images, better visual effects, animation, and sound. We're super excited as Autodesk to be a part of this. And as a premier member of this new foundation, we're committed to accelerating the adoption of these technologies in the media and entertainment space. We think it's really important for the industry to collaborate on projects like this. Now, media and entertainment production requires an increasing amount of collaboration among different stakeholders. And in order to make sure that you can be as effective as possible, Autodesk is also working directly with other companies that provide technologies that are critical to your workflows. We've been collaborating, as an example, with Unity to provide a round-tripping between Autodesk applications like Maya and the Unity game engine. This allows you to send assets from Unity to Maya, make changes on the asset in Maya, and see the changes update in Unity. We believe that these kind of partnerships and collaborations really help you do more with less by removing time-consuming data translation between different parts of your workflow. We also collaborate very closely with leading companies like NVIDIA. In fact, we're excited to be one of the first companies to show our software running on the latest NVIDIA hardware. Not just running, but actually supporting its powerful new ray tracing capabilities. The Arnold GPU, which is currently in beta testing, is one of the first production renderers to make use of NVIDIA's new optics library. Here's a video of actually what we showed in partnership with NVIDIA at the recent SIGGRAPH. Have a look. So just to recap, we started by talking about how consumer behavior is changing. Consumers today expect more. They want more personalized choices, and they want rich and richer and richest experiences. This is creating a massive boom in content creation, which is really exciting, but the industry also needs to do more with less, which means that there's a new focus on productivity and collaboration. There are new ways of working and new standards that need to be developed, and new areas of research, such as machine learning and artificial intelligence. Autodesk is really, really proud to be a part of this, to be working with each one of you, to be working with the industry to build an exciting new future for the media and entertainment world. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your AU.